Hello and welcome to Feminine Success Secrets, the place women come to become powerfully feminine. I'm Candice, Oneida. So in today's video, I'm going to share 5 secrets to self-care. So today I'm sharing this from my bed because I fell off the self-care wagon big time in the last month due to going back into man mode, into pushing, striving, overworking, overdoing, and frankly under the premise or under the banner of service. 2 of the 3 weekends I was working was assisting meditation workshops and personal development workshops, and the thing I realized is my body doesn't know the difference. She doesn't know the difference, and all the signals were there, and I have this terrible habit of ignoring them. I'm being totally confessional and frank with you today. I ignore the signals, and I used to do it in my 20s and 30s, and I had a lot more jing, as they say in the Chinese traditions. So I could just keep burning and burning it, and I'm not 25 anymore. And so my body tells me, and I have to listen. So again, as the prophetess of the future, if you are younger, in your 20s and 30s, then do take care of yourself. Self-care is so important. So, what I've tended to do is I sublimate the needs of my body to that of my mind and spirit. Now, the thing is, our body is actually the weak link in the chain as human beings. Now, what I mean by that is, I can say my spirit is strong, my mind is strong, and they can go 24/7. Right? And yet the body and the energy system needs rest. That's why we sleep, right? So obviously sleep is a self-care thing that we all do and have to do. And if you underdo sleep, as you probably perfectly know for yourself, it ain't no good. That does not work, okay? Your mind actually starts not working so well. Your meditations, your spirit starts fading. So that's why it's the weak link, see? So although I've often said, and I do believe, our body has to be treated like a temple, what I mean by that is, if you've ever been into a temple or even just a room that is just is unkempt, is uncared for, is dirty, is filthy, is energetically bad, you don't feel good things can happen in there, right? So bad things can tend to happen in those bad places. And yet you walk into a temple or a room that is really loved and there's a lot of care put into it, you can feel a different energy, a different space. Same so for our body. So if we treat our body like a temple, then we are treating it like the beautiful space in which we want clarity to be able to land. Clarity of mind, clarity of presence, clarity of spirit, right? So, in our modern day, obviously we are just bombarded with so much at the moment. We are energetically bombarded from all directions, and so the need for what has become known as radical self-care has become really important. The truth is, however, I would love to take the radical out of self-care and it becomes something way more normal, way less of a guilty pleasure for us as women than it is deemed. I know that I grew up in an environment in which the concept of self-care was not even positioned in my world, not even considered. I didn't even consider this until I was in my 40s. The concept of, what is that? What is self-care? Why would you do that? And it was sort of seen through the lens of being selfish or self-centered or something like that. And I would position it as something quite different, what I call self-full. And so when we self-care as women, we are self-full and we fill up our energy when we are in self-care. And in my model, if you've been following my model a little bit, that takes you from the lower feminine or the false feminine into the true feminine levels of the true feminine vibrations, that of the queen and the priestess. And so, of course, at the moment I'm talking to myself here as I'm talking to you because I'm still sitting in my bed. Because after I record this to you, I'm probably going to get horizontal again. Okay, so to the 5 secrets. So the first and foremost secret, and it's a global concept here, but I want you to have it in mind, is listen to your body. Please listen to your body. Your body is telling you things all of the time. It is telling you when it's tired. It's telling you when it's hungry. It's telling you when it's thirsty. It's telling you when it needs things. It's telling you when it needs touch. It's telling you when you need space. It's telling you when you need creativity. It's telling you when you need sex and yumminess and that kind of nourishment. For God's sake, listen to your body. Now, tip number 2 is take time off. You have to, and I hate to say this, but it's true, we have to schedule time off in our lives now. Schedule it, as in schedule the gap. Schedule a gap in your life. I'm not saying that you have to schedule exactly what's going to go in there. Sometimes I love to schedule the unscheduled gap, right? As in, I don't know what's going to happen in there, but I'm going to do some yummy something, right? So take time off. You have to schedule time off. Schedule time off into your schedule. Schedule a pleasure date with yourself. So in one of your time offs, make it a pleasure date with yourself. Now, what I'm talking about is just with yourself. So we can do other time with other people, but I'm talking about what would you do just with yourself that would bring you great pleasure? Bring you great pleasure, right? Pleasure means I want you to feel pleasure in your body. So for me, for example, if I'm not in movement, something starts to die in me. So that can be walking, moving, hiking, which I do love to do in nature. I have got a video on that you've seen, and I'll give you a link to. Being in nature, such a big pleasure date for me. Otherwise, movement can mean dance or something moving my body in a more sensual way. So I'll often have like little naked dance breaks on my own. Because I work in my home, I can just crank the tunes when I want and just, my body needs to move. I literally find that my body freezes up if it doesn't move. And by the way, movement is a big aspect of the feminine. Pleasure can be self-pleasure, as in masturbation or something sensual with the body, or just after you come out of the shower, just the way that you put on your creams or your oils. Do it in a way that's sensual and nourishing and loving in the way that you do it to yourself. So make a pleasure date with yourself. Find ways that bring you pleasure. Tip number 4, habit hack. So I've done this thing for years actually, is I would find myself going into this sort of escalating spiral of overworking, long hours and pushing. And I would just do this thing occasionally. I'd just shut down my laptop and I would just go out for a walk. Or I'd shut down my laptop and I would just check the movie times and I would just go to a movie. And it would bring so much nourishment. It would be this interrupt. It would be this habit interrupt, and it would shake something up inside me and give me that space and that out breath, as I often speak about, right? Out breath, space. We have to inject the space. So do a habit interrupt in your life, and just, it's something to get used to just trying to do, is just go, I'm just stopping what I'm doing right now. I'm overworking. Things aren't working, because what will happen for me is if I start to go in a spiral of overworking, things stop working. So I'll do a habit interrupt and I'll change the space, because that's what it does, is it ends up changing the space that you're in. Yeah. Sometimes the head space, sometimes the energetic space you're in. And tip number 5 is making desire a priority. We are desire creatures as women. We working out what you want, feeling into what you want, diving into what you want, and then doing or getting what you want, or asking for it sometimes, is such a core part of us, of our feminine nature. And as a woman, we are more in touch with the feminine spectrum, if you like, than men are. Now, I do entire trainings on desire in my Powerfully Feminine Intensive, but I just want you to consider this concept of prioritizing desire rather than deprioritizing desire, which is what we tend to do. We make it unimportant. We believe it's not an important thing, but it is. It's really, really important. So when I speak about desire, I'm talking about everything from I desire to make or eat or go out and have really yummy, nourishing food right now, to I want some space to think about my life and about what I want and what's my purpose, all the way through to, wow, I really want to experience certain type of sexual desire, certain type of sexual interaction, or other more unconscious, more unsaid, more unexplored desire territory. Now that's what I call the desire spectrum I just said to you there. So let yourself prioritize desire, dive into it, enjoy the desires that emerge from you, share them with people that you trust, ask for them from people that can help you deliver them or help deliver them to you, and enjoy your desire nature. What I'd love you to do today is comment below on how these 5 secrets help you, and if you have any additional self-care secrets, please share them with the channel. And remember, when you have the courage to go out there and shine, you give others permission to do the same. So let's go out there and shine this week. Bye bye for now.